Hey church family, wanted to give you a little bit of insight into what God has done in 2017 and what we believe He wants to do in 2018. Last year at our video at this time, Randy ended with Jeremiah 29:11 that says, God has plans for you. I'm up here on the roof because God started 2017 by literally blowing the other side of this rooftop off of our church. But even in the midst of that, He's done some amazing things.
Talk about God doing amazing and unforeseen things. In December of last year, we had no idea this would be our new home. We have enjoyed beginning to establish roots in the Fountain community and seeing FOR at work in the strategy to connect, commit, and serve play out in our church. I've seen God at work in our groups as people connect with each other and with Christ. Rose and I have joined many other individuals in making a commitment to be members, and others have trusted in Jesus Christ and have followed Him in baptism. I'm blown away by the number of people who serve in so many ways, from children's ministry to greeting ministry to the cafe and everything in between.
And our strategy is an outcome-based strategy. We believe that people are going to come to faith in Jesus Christ by what we do.
Just like this event right here, our church has put on the community outreach event. This is our fall festival, and hundreds of people are all over our campus, and it's great.
It just like when we did the Easter egg hunt at Fountain last spring, people who don't come to church are touched by the good news of the gospel.
And then both campuses had Vacation Bible School. We had hundreds of kids at both places hearing the gospel of Jesus Christ every day.
Guys, we do what we do because we believe life change is going to happen at Fellowship of the Rockies. So I thought we'd end our video here in my favorite spot in the city because this is the place where we can see the entire community that God has called Fellowship of the Rockies to impact. And Darren, why don't you share a story of how life change took place in the Houston trip?
On Wednesday morning during the week of the Houston missions trip, we didn't have any tasks to do. We had nowhere to go. But a couple had joined our team that morning, and they had heard about a church that was an hour and 20 minutes away that needed help. So we started driving that direction, not knowing whether that church would be, anybody would be there, not knowing if they still needed help. When we arrived, we met Pastor Troy, and he said that very morning, earlier, he had been praying that somebody would come and help their church. 5.5 hours later, our team of 12 had cleaned that building completely out for them.
And now they're going to be able to begin to rebuild and continue doing ministry. You know, a couple weeks ago, I was talking to somebody, and they'd been coming to church for quite a while, but I'd never heard their story. And so we met, we're sharing coffee together, and all of a sudden they shared with me the most amazing story of transformation I'd ever heard. Not too long ago, their life was totally destitute, without hope, and God began His work of restoration. The final phase of that restoration process was re-engaging with people in community. And Fellowship of the Rockies served as that place for them. And they kept saying over and over again, God has blessed me by giving me community, helping me fulfill God's plans for hope and life. And you know, I believe that as we finish 2017 strong, we're going to be able to do even more to impact our community in 2018.